Hi children, today we move on to the different effects of force in detail. So in the first class we learned that there are 5 effects for the force. So first is the force can change an object from rest to motion, and from motion to rest, that is the second one. And third one, it can change the position, and it can change the shape, and it can change the speed of the moving object. So far we discussed all the effects, and this class onwards we are going to study in detail about each effect of force. And first we start with the first effect of force, that force can change the state of an object. And what is meant by a state of an object? So there are 2 states for an object. An object can be at rest. Rest means speed of the object is equal to 0. So this is the rest condition of an object. Stationary. An object is stationary or object is at rest where speed, whenever the speed of the object is 0 or that object is non-moving object. So that is the rest condition of an object. So an object can be at rest, and second state is called motion. So these are the 2 states of an object. An object can be at rest, their speed is equal to 0, and object can be in motion, their speed is not equal to 0. Or speed will have a value. In moving object, speed is not equal to 0. If speed is 0, we cannot say that that object is moving. Okay, and if speed is equal to 0, that object is non-moving. If speed is not equal to 0, that is in motion. So these 2, rest and motion, are the 2 states of an object. Okay. And with the application of force, we can change the state. So by considering these 2, these are the 2 states of an object. With the application, we can change the rest condition of an object to motion, or we can change motion of object into rest, or we can bring an object from 0 to a value, or we can change the speed from a value to 0. So these 2 are the things happen when we apply some force on the object at rest or object is at motion. So when we apply any force on the rest object, the speed starts increasing. And when we apply some force on the object which is in motion, we can bring that object back to 0, or we can change the speed into 0. Okay, and these are the 2 states of an object. The object is at rest or object is in motion. Or with the application of force, we can change the state. State means rest or motion. These 2 are the 2 states of the object. We can change the state of an object. If an object is at rest, we can change into motion, or we can set that object into motion. If an object is moving one, we can stop or we can increase the speed of the moving object. So these 2 are the 2 states, and we can change this state of an object with the application of a force. And force can produce different effects that depends on the magnitude of force and the direction in which we apply the force. That also we discussed in the last class. And now we think about the situations where energy is using, force is applied, but no movement for the object. Energy is utilized, force applied, but no movement for the object. Can you say any example in this condition or in this situation? We are applying a force but no movement. We cannot change the rest object into motion. Can you state any example for this condition or this situation? Okay, I'll tell you an example. When we apply some force on the wall, here I am applying maximum force. This is my maximum. I cannot do any more force on it. This is my maximum. I am using my maximum energy from my muscles. I am pushing it very hardly. I am pushing. But here in this situation, I cannot say that I applied force. Even though I applied force, that will not be observed. So in our daily life also, we can see some of the situations where even though we apply some force, we cannot observe the force. We cannot observe it, or that force is not apparent. Apparent means not visible. We cannot see the movement, or we cannot see the force, application of force. Okay, and with this I conclude today's portion, and next we go for reading the textbook. After that, we will discuss about the activity from the textbook. Okay, thank you all.